Right, let me say welcome everybody to the 21st Friday morning warm-up. And later on we're going to look at the scale of G minor pentatonic for the concert players, and all the rest of you know which is what your relevant key is. As always, we'll start with a little bit of clapping, and so we'll do that first. And I'm just going to put up on the screen the rhythm. As always, it's optional whether you tap your feet left, right, left, right. If you can, that's great. If it's enough just concentrating on the rhythm, then do that. But what we've got here is a 4-bar sequence. And what I've done is I've put one beat on the first bar, but divided the second bar into two, so it's 2 beats. Divided the third bar into 3, you know where this is going, and I divided the fourth bar into 4. Let's not think about dividing it into 5. So just the 4 bars, and I'll set the metronome going at a reasonable walking pace. This won't be Kay's walking pace. This will be most people's walking pace, so a bit slower. I've seen her walk. And then just start clapping along. I'll go first if you want to join in when you're ready. So it's 4 bars, and after 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Ba, ba, ba. One more time. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and stop. Good. Okay, there we go. A little bit of clapping there. Always tricky, that third bar, isn't it? These triplets. It's very easy dividing a cake into 4. Just do it in half and half again. But try dividing a cake into 3 equal slices. It's the same problem with a bar of music. Right. We're now going to get our instruments. So grab your instrument, and we're just going to do a little bit of warm-up. Just make a bit of noise just to get the lips vibrating and the fingers and the hands moving and the wind going through your system. And we'll play the concert note G, just as that's the scale we're doing later. And I'm just going to go pluck, 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 pluck. And you can, depending on your instrument, make appropriate sounds to get those fingers and lips and air moving. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. Right, and I've just realised that when I was doing that clapping, I by mistake used the 5-minute timer rather than the 2-minute one. So I thought it was going on a long time. Anyway, next time I'll remember. Use the pink one. Okay, that's starting to get things moving. So let's get a some rhythmic phrases up on the screen now. So I'm just going to get the screen up, the usual one with the patterns. And well, you may have seen them. You may have worked your way through one or two of them. And I think the idea here is that some of these patterns are not easy to play straight off the piece of paper. But if you know the words to a song which fit that rhythm, then that can help you memorize that pattern. And so I've picked some opening sort of phrases from some TV themes, which I think most of you will know and recognize, and put them into rhythmic patterns based on the scale that we're playing today, which is G minor pentatonic. So the interval will be a minor third between any of the two notes. And you can see how the notes are jumping up and down in the interval of a minor third. So let's pick a decent tempo for the first one. And the rhythm of this is simply Flintstones meet the Flintstones. And so that's the pattern for that one. So let's just play the first 2 bars round and round. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. Yes, I didn't actually say it was the tune of the Flintstones, only the rhythm. Okay, moving on to the next one. Yes, theme tune to Blankety Blank. Da 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 da. Yeah, I'm sure you all remember that as well. And same 2 notes, but using the rhythm of that particular theme tune. Let's do it at the same tempo. So that'll be da da 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, da 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 da. One more time. Da 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 da. Blankety blank. Ba ba. Yes, right. Isn't okay. On to the second line then. So I've got the good old Thunderbirds here. Remember this one? This is going back actually, so you won't all remember this, but do 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 do. Yes. So I'm just going to loop that first 2 bars on the second line based on the rhythm of the Thunderbirds theme tune. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. Da, 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 da. might take your breath away depending on the blowing instrument you're playing. So I'm just going to do a slower version with a bit more chance to have a breather at the end. So let's just do a little bit slower. We're at 70 beats a minute now. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Last time. I suppose you can put words to any rhythm that you've got on a piece of paper in front of you, and that might be a way of helping memorize it. The Thunderbirds Theme. Yes, this was my favourite program when I was 5. And just on 2 notes. So, so the second last pair of bars. Speed it back up a little bit. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Last time. Good. And in time-honored tradition, we will now play the whole lot. And this is where it might be useful to have the rhythm of those tunes in your head, Flintstones and Blankety Blank and so on, in order to switch from one to the other, because they're not connected in any musical sense, apart from using the same 2 notes. So we're going to play all 8 bars now, and just loop the 8 bars. I'm not going to play it particularly quickly either. So here we go, starting at the beginning with the Flintstones, all the way around to Thunderbirds. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Blankety blank. Oops, got that wrong. Thunderbirds. And rhythm. Blankety blank. Got that wrong again. Last time. Thunderbirds. Good. Okay. Well, I managed to get blankety blank wrong every time, so good luck if, well done if you managed to get it right. And I've been practicing. So, okay, let's move on now, and we're up to the next line down, which is the minor pentatonic scale. So we're looking at the in concert pitch G minor pentatonic scale. So it's a 5-note scale, and I've just done a little 5-note phrase there. The reason for doing it this way is so that chord tones land on strong beats, but that's not necessarily important. But so the G, the B flat, and the D and the F are on strong beats, And so we're just going to go up and down. So we'll do both those bars, minor pentatonic ascending and descending. Okay, let's go. So that's tempo set. Here we go. So after two fours, we're just going to play the whole 2 bars just once. So we'll just stop at the end. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's unresolved, so just finish with a concert G on the end of that. So let's do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And finish on the G. One more time. 2, 3, 4. Good. Okay, now let's loop it. So we're going up and down the scale, just this 1 octave. And because you're going to end on the G, that will be the start. That will be the start of the next scale. So we're just going to loop those 2 bars exactly as written.
Dave, are you on the wrong string?
No, don't think so.
Should be on the A string, isn't it? I think you were on the...
Oh, yes, I'm just playing a bass.
You're pretending to be a bass, are you? All right.
I'm pretending to be a bass. I'm underneath you all.
I'll go away again.
I'm still on a G. Oh, actually, I don't know about your printout, but my screen looks like the bottom line's missing. But there is a faint...
1, 2, 3. Oh, yes. No, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I've got 6.
Oh, okay. I can't quite see the bottom line of the stage. So
right.
Not that it makes any difference. It's still a G. So, okay, here we go. Looping that G minor pentatonic scale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just going to mute. He hasn't quite gone away yet, Chris. I've just muted you. Let's do that again after 4, 2, 3, 4. And again. That's right, yes. One more time round. Finish on concert G. Good, good, good. I'm getting a flurry of messages, and I dare say it's because I wasn't playing that first phrase correctly, but let's have a look at them. Okay. Right. Well, that's the G minor pentatonic scale then. And I'll tell you what we have forgotten to do. I've forgotten to get you to do the chromatic scale earlier on, but unless we've got plenty of time left, we'll leave that for now. So let's move on to the next line down. So this is still the G minor pentatonic scale, but we're now descending it in 4-note scales, another 4-note cells. So in other words, we're coming down 4 notes, then going to the next note of the scale and descending a further 4. I think you get the idea when you hear it. So I'm going to keep the speed fairly moderate, and we should end up on a G. Start on a G, end on a G. Here we go. So all that line, scale descending in 4-note cells after 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I run out of notes, so I'm going to start higher up. Let's do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. go again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sounded a bit better. After 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And one more time. Good. So there's the G minor pentatonic scale coming down the scale. You'll have an opportunity in a few minutes when we do the strumming to use that scale to improvise over a chord sequence. So keep those notes in mind. What we're going to look at now, just for the last bit, because I usually try and bring in a riff or something that people might recognize that's in that key. And I often refer to Smoke on the Water. It's a classic rock tune and a classic rock riff. And it's in the key of G minor. And it makes use of the scale, but it also adds in a chromatic note as well. And it's also, for those of you into Latin music, based on a partito alto rhythm. And I don't know if Ritchie Blackmore knew that when he wrote the riff or came up with the idea. But it's got that kind of on beat at the start, goes off beat during the middle and comes back on at the end kind of pattern in each of the 2 bar pairs. So if you look at just 2 bars, starts on the on beats, there we go, nice strong on beats, then some off beat stuff in the middle, then bang, it's back on the on beat at the end. And if you look at the next pair, starts on the on beats, goes all off beaty, and well, it's just a long note at the end, but yeah, so, okay, well, there's 2 lines there, so you can play whichever you like. If you're a guitarist, you can play exactly as written. If you're an instrumentalist, you can pick either the lower line, or the, which is the harmony, or the top line, which is the main sort of in G minor pentatonic. There is a passing note in there as well, but okay, Smoke on the Water. Who knew we'd be doing this? So let's get an... That will do, about 100 beats a minute. Just a little, there are quite a few guitarists in the group, so if you want to try playing both, see if you can use your thumb and your first finger to pick those 2 strings out at the same time. So thumb and first finger, which is what Ritchie Blackmore did, rather than using a plectrum. And that's what I'm going to do. Here we go. Smoke on the Water. Round and round that riff. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And again. And again. Last time. There we go, Smoke on the Water, Deep Purple. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of strumming now. So just to finish off, let me just get the chords up on the screen. And, oh, there we are, loads of them. Right, a little bit of explanation as to what's going on here. So in your key, you'll see there are 12 chords and surprise, surprise, it's a 12-bar blues, but it's in a minor key. So it's a minor blues, a 12-bar minor blues. So if you want to play along, obviously you can strum along if you're a guitarist or a piano player, or you can play chord tones if you just like to keep your instrument sort of making nice sounds, or arpeggios, always good. Notice that it goes from a G minor to a G7 on bar 4, so bring out that G7. If you want to just play some improvisation solo over the top, then use G minor pentatonic. That would work over all of that. But if you can bring out chord tones when the chord changes dramatically, that makes it sound even groovier. So I'm just going to strum those chords, strum along with me, and go around a few times. There we go, G minor. Let's think of a rhythm. That'll do. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. G7, C minor. Back to the top. G7. Up to the C minor. Okay, once more round. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. Good. Okay, that concludes the Friday morning warm-up, and I expect some of you are going to stick around and watch Mark Cecil, who is doing a demonstration of Latin rhythms on the drum kit, the Jazz Fix, so that will be interesting. And in the meantime, I'll be back next week. I hope you will as well, and
Yes.
lovely to see so many people. If you want to unmute yourself and say goodbye to everybody, please.
Bye, Chris.
do.
Bye, Dave. Bye, Robin.
Bye,
all.
Ray. Bye, Robin. Bye, everybody.
Be safe.
Thanks very much.
Thanks, Mark. Cheers.
Zoom wave.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you,
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you then. Yeah, okay. Go and make myself a cup of coffee in time for the next session.
Cool.
Bye.
See you then.
Safe.
Yeah, cheers, Val. Cheers,
Thank you
Andrew.
very much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you then. He looks like he's got his Star Trek top on. Andrew, are you wearing a Star Trek outfit? He's not hearing me, is he? Right, I better close down. Here we go.